Cassiopeia? Am I going against the same that Cassiopeia? I hope. You know what? I hope I'm going against her. I hope I'm going against the same Cassiopeia from last game because I want to take her LP for being so vile to that Camille. Isn't it either to make plays with the team if you run TP and not ignite? If you're but the thing is, TP is good, but like, why are you making plays with your team in lower elo instead of just getting yourself ahead? You know, I only switch to TP when I'm playing in high elo where I can actually trust my teammates. Will you do me dirty like that? I was the Mord. It happens, bud, don't worry. It's not like I'm gonna be facing you again. How much does playing the meta influence climbing? How much is playing the meta? I mean, it's like anything. If you play the meta, you're gonna have an easier time climbing through the ranks. It gives you like a 5 to 10% increase, I'd say, in like win rate for sure. It's like if I'm playing a fighting game and there's like 3 top tiers that are like 3, you know, champions that are like super overpowered. If you play those 3, you're gonna win most of your games, and then the other people would just play the stuff that's weaker, and you'll just beat them because you have more options to do more throughout the game. It's the same thing, every game. If you're getting good at PC 1.1K, you want to have 140 hertz. Yeah, I have a 144 hertz monitor. Like the main monitor I use is 144 hertz. The second monitor, it's not, but that's the second one is the one I use to read chat and just move stuff around. Damn, it's not. Yeah, it's not the same Cassiopeia. Feels bad. Why are you bronze? What the fuck? All accounts from this season starting, preseason, they all start iron. And iron is lower than bronze, so as you climb up, it's just a lot more grindy. Now then, the new system basically is a lot more grindy for players that are new. Or, well, I mean, Smurfs, etc. Anyone that makes a fresh account. It's just way more grindy. Say that it takes you 50 wins in a row to get to Diamond 1 in the past, and now it'll take you around like 80 or 90, I'm guessing. But they're trying to adjust it. They might make it a bit less by being able to skip multiple divisions at a time. Exactly. You might be bronze 4 in the rank that it says, but then you're playing against diamond players, you know? So I'm actually very curious to see something. I mean, I don't really want to do it here now because it's kind of how would you say? Because I'm doing the whole teaching shit as I climb up. But if I do a queue with a bronze player or an iron player right now, it would fuck matchmaking up so hard. I'm actually curious to see what it would actually do. If I do a queue with a bronze player or an iron player right now and I'm playing against diamonds, I wonder what would happen. Pretty sure it's gonna get fixed when season 9 starts. They want okay, but the thing that'll get fixed is the climbing part after. But every account will start iron, no matter what. They confirmed it. You will start iron next season when it starts in season 9. You will start it. That they want that to happen. They want for you to be grinding a little bit more if you're a new player, because it's going to be, what do you call it? They want to be able to get a sense of your skill more than they do now, because 10 games is not enough to determine whether you're actually gold, silver, bronze, etc. So because you could get really lucky. Oh shit. I don't know about this one, bud. This one. Yeah, you could get really lucky in your placements if you're a new player and just win 10 games in a row. Hello, dude. The Blitz. Hello? Fuck yeah, I'm leaving. You could basically be a new player starting the game and you get really lucky, you win 10 games somehow, get carried super hard and you get put in gold. Then but you're actually like bronze 3. That ruins the game pretty hard, doesn't it? So that's what they were trying to what they're trying to tackle. So now they're like, everyone starts iron, and then if you really do end up and deserve to be higher, you'll climb out. He won't stay in gold for long though. It's stupid. Exact. That's. I mean, you could argue. You could just be like, oh, I got gold. I'm never playing again. That's it. You got gold for the season. You get your rewards because you restarted a new account and you somehow managed to win your 10 games in a row. That's another thing, you know. So it makes sense. I'm just saying that they're probably gonna do something to the. They're probably gonna do something to the skipping of divisions because right now it doesn't skip as much as it should. So you can end up being a gold player in Challenger MMR, and that's not really. That doesn't really work out. That's really bad. I could be playing against Bjergsen while having a like a gold rank. That's you know that's not the or you know in Korea you could be gold in Korea and you're playing against Faker. That's not not the greatest fucking plan. I mean, I respect wanting to gank this iron. I respect it, but I don't think it'll work out too well. I respect it, but I don't think it'll work out too well. Wait, kill him. Wait, what? Wait. My boy? Why did you do that? Anyway, this matchup, damn, I forgot about this. I forgot to explain this matchup because I was talking about the bronze shit. Damn, feels bad. Level 1, if he has flash, if he didn't fuck it up, like when he went over there in the jungle for that invade, typically you don't necessarily want to fight the Tryndamere unless you. I mean, now you do technically, because if you have resolve second, like I do this matchup, bone plating with bone plating, you actually outdamage him early. So if you go for an all-in, you should be able to beat him. But most Tryndamere players, they try to just trade with you and disengage with their E. So just do like a couple autos disengage, a couple autos disengage. But for the most part, the matchup kind of begins once you both hit level 3. Once you both hit level 3, you have to do short trades like a QW auto, and then use your Qs to disengage. If he tries to E on top of you, you have to save your third Q to stop his little jump to you. If I can, I'll show an example, but I'm getting kind of to the point where I can just kill him anytime I want, I think. His flash should be up in like 20 something seconds or so. But for the most part, he's just doing short trades for this matchup. Tryndamere's always been the same. Even in high elo when I play against Fogged, one of the only Tryndamere players I ever see, it's basically the same thing. Just short trading and just kiting properly with enough CDR.
Chaos begets chaos. Give in to harmony.
Anytime he tries to go for a creep, I'll go for a small trade. If he doesn't go for them, I mean, it's fine too. Because I don't really want to risk diving against them because his W reduces my AD by a lot. So I can still keep doing short trades on the tower like this, unless he really fucks up and fights me like on between the minion wave. Like all my minions start hitting him if he auto attacks me. Okay, he fucked up. The reason he fucked up is because if he uses E like that, if he just uses his random E and he can't kite with it anymore, I could just kill him. He doesn't have any mobility afterwards to just get away. So he shouldn't have done that. It's really bad. Wanna get one more plate before I go? Ah, fuck it, I'll go back. I'm gonna just get my Essence Reaver. Adrian, what am I doing? I get fed in lane? Do I roam and start helping my team or stay top and push? Well, I haven't gotten to that part yet in this game, but I've explained it multiple times that you have 3 options, and most of the time you only use 2 of those 3 options. The first option is you can keep pushing top lane, getting top jungle control. And or the other option is to go bottom and help your team get that tower out and get the objective, which whatever it may be, which might be a dragon. It all depends on whether, you know, it depends on if you have a dragon that you really want to fight for, or if you just want to stay top lane and get the Rift Herald. Those are like the 2 main ones. But the third option is just going mid lane and just helping out him to get the mid tower somehow if he's like winning pretty hard, or if you might see an opportunity to make something happen. But that one doesn't really happen that much. The ones where you choose between top lane and bottom are the ones that happen the most. Is it the same Cassiopeia? No, it's not. I wish. He's level 6 now, so I do have to be a little bit more careful. Especially since I don't have 40% cooldown reduction. One thing in this matchup, once you have 40% cooldown reduction, the matchup becomes really easy. But until then, he always has a chance to kill you. So you always have to be prepared to have a Q at some point to make sure that you can kite back properly. It's one of the reasons I don't just go for a full all-in trade even though I'm this ahead. Because then I can't kite back quite that efficiently. I always keep one of my Qs active to make sure that I can just keep kiting with it. One trade I do here is like W auto and then disengage with E and have my Qs up. And since I have my Qs up, I can just keep kiting with it. See, I'll keep my Qs activated through that, just in case he tries to chase me down. And if you notice, I'm also extending my Qs a lot, so my Q cooldown won't be as long. See how I just keep cutting back? I do like a little trade, disengage, and then I just keep doing that over and over. Making sure that I have abilities to be able to kite with it in the lane.
Find peace in the light.
And there's not much that Tryndamere can do because his kit just doesn't work out that well. Like his kit doesn't counter yours. Okay, let's get this out of the way now. He's low enough for me to be able to kind of burst him down, but I can't quite kill him yet. But I'm gonna make sure that he uses his ulti here. Or not, I guess not. Well, the Tryndamere should have ulted there, and then he would be forced to disengage, but he didn't even ulti. He didn't react to it properly. He did not react to it properly. Let's use my Qs to kite back a little bit here. I don't have any abilities right now, so it's kind of dangerous, but I'm just kind of holding off until he E's to me. E back, see? Just keep kiting it back and forth. The whole point of just this kit against Tryndamere is just you have to keep in mind his E, knowing what he's gonna E forward, and just use your Q to kind of like predict it back and, you know, kite back a little bit more. I'm gonna go back and get something. Tab out real quick. Okay. City R boots, and I don't have. Okay, so let's do this, and we'll go lethality this game. I'll go Yumu, so I'm able to kite back a little easier too. Actually, I don't even think I need to be able. I think I'm good enough with the kit that I have now. I don't need the extra movement speed to deal with them. Season 9 doesn't start for another month and a half. Yeah, Season 9 still takes a while to start, buddy. I wish it would start, but we're in preseason, so preseason's gonna take quite a long time. Or were you pushing the lane instead of just zoning back? Because I can still keep pushing or like trading with him under tower to the point where I can slowly chunk him to the point where he dies, and it's a lot more pressure that way because it's a lot more difficult for the Tryndamere to farm under tower than it is for him just to, you know, I mean, I could literally just zone, but then that doesn't put enough pressure. You're not getting tower damage. You're not putting any pressure for their jungler to come top lane to deal with you. You're just kind of holding the line. As someone that I want to put all the pressure and make my team win, I want to be able to make sure that I want to be able to make sure that the enemy team tries to deal with me as much as possible. There goes the ulti. I thought he would kill. I didn't think he would survive from that. It's actually a shame. It's okay. See how this jungler just has to be coming up here with me? He has to. That's what I want. I want him to keep coming with me up here, so my team doesn't even feel even remotely pressured. See how I'm extending my Qs again and just making sure that I have them up with the CDR. So I can keep doing this forever, just have constant cooldowns. I keyed right away just to get that extra damage off. I didn't need to put an auto in between there. Auto might have given him a little bit more time to get an extra auto off. Let me go back. That's one thing. Sometimes it's faster just to do two Qs than it is for you to mix an auto in between. I do that a lot in those specific situations. Like there was one time earlier, or a couple of weeks back, I was going against Yasuo. I did like a 1v3, and then I just ulted, went to him, I just Q'd twice. Qing twice does damage a little bit faster, at least with the first two Qs, than mixing in an auto. But that situation happens not only when you keep them with like such low enough amount of HP that you want to make sure that that damage goes off. It's very situational. Oh. Damn. The feels. I can keep chasing him forever though. He doesn't have. Which way do you want to go? I don't want to waste my flash on him though. Oh my, I didn't even see the Blitzcrank. He wasn't on my that's the problem with playing like with like fucking spacebar locked in your champion chat right there. Whew. Damn. That's really bad. I got fucking destroyed there. Who got the kill though? Killer Blitzcrank. Alright, at least the Blitzcrank is the one that got all the gold. How much did he get? He got 1,000 gold? I don't really care if Blitzcrank gets all that gold. Practice tool is literally the best thing Riot's ever done for Riven players and just champions that have to play combo champions or just highly mechanical champions. If you're not taking advantage of it, then you probably should. I'm gonna go deal with the Tryndamere down there. I'm messing around too much. Sorry. I autopiloted a little bit there. I'm not playing optimal. Let me go back bottom. Sometimes I just autopilot and I have to kind of catch myself. I'm sure you guys do the same thing. I was just kind of like, I don't know, just looking around the jungle, jumping around a little bit and shit, and I forgot about the game for a second. Anyway, the whole next part that I want to do is just push against the Tryndamere for the most part, put pressure and bring people to me. And then when people start coming to me, my team should be able to do the Baron coming up in like 58 seconds, but I want to set up for that. Couldn't you just siege 5v5 with Herald? No point. No need. It could be a 4v. They could the four of them get the Herald, right? And then they can push by themselves. They don't need me. I'm not really bringing anything to the table in a siege. That poison. Gotta love Ignite. When you go TM out on Riven, I only go TM out on Riven in tank metas where I'm forced to never fight my opponent and just roam like crazy. I also go TM out if I'm going into a matchup where like I need to have priority for my jungler all the time. Basically, I end up buying Tiamat a lot more in Challenger than I do end up in like lower levels. Because I'm not really playing for my jungler in lower levels. Them getting caught there, it's bad. I go for Baron, help pressure. Fuck. Go for my pressure. But jungle matchups require constant priority. Stuff like Xin Zhao, Pantheon, champions that just want to be invading 24/7 or just getting scuttle control. But even then, even if I have those in low elo, I don't really play for them because I don't expect them to be the ones carrying at all. I don't even care to chase him down. I just want him to leave. Leave my minions. I don't care if he's not gonna keep pushing the lane like past that one. I just want to bring in the pressure. No, well, looks like my minions finished the job for me. Huh. They actually have the Blitzcrank actually cooks me really hard if he does stuff properly. I was spamming stopwatch that entire time and I didn't have a time where I would be able to do it. I'm lucky. Chat, is he still iron? No, I'm bronze now, bro. I have gone up to the ranks of the gods. I am a bronze player now. Oh god, this Tryndamere is so tilted. And I feel for him. Every time I see Nico, I think of what do you call it? One of my buds we were talking about in Discord the other day. He's saying that every time he sees Nico or hears Nico, he thinks of the GTA 4 game. Nico Bellic. Hey Nico, you wanna go bowling? And it's so true. Every time I see her name, I just think of that now. Nico, you wanna go bowling? Bronze 4, 32 LP, baby. Let's go. Wait, no. 62? Even better. I wonder how it'll skip, if it'll go from bronze 4 to bronze 2, or if it'll make me actually do bronze 4 to bronze